Hi friends, hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Gourav Gupta and I welcome all the aspirants who are preparing for CAT 2024 in this next session of data interpretation in which we are discussing the sets of games and tournaments. This is part number 4. So we'll continue solving questions on games and tournaments in this series of sessions. So friends, welcome back once again, all of you. I hope all of you are in good health and you are in a right direction for the preparation of CAT examination. Hello Jayant, how are you? So in this session, I have taken one of the sets of games and tournaments from one of the previous year papers of CAT examination. Now, definitely the level of difficulty of the sets that we find from games and tournaments is above moderate. So it can be above moderate, it can be very difficult as well. So normally you will not see a question from games and tournaments which will be easy or moderate or below moderate. The level of difficulty has always been high and it will definitely test you on your out of the box thinking, how you can handle a lot of data at one point. So yes, there will be huge chunk of data that will be given to you and you will have to combine that data with the conditions that are given in the question and form a proper table, and then you'll be easily able to answer all the questions that will follow. Okay, so the return on investment on these questions is very high. Like I've taken this question in this, there were 6 questions in one set. And if you will spend 10 to 15 minutes, so we get 40 minutes. So even if you are able to finish the entire set, if you are able to decode the entire set in 12 to 13 minutes, then it will take you another 2 to 3 minutes to answer all the 5 or 6 questions that are attached to that particular set. Okay, so in these 15 minutes, you can fetch 5 to 6 questions. That is more than 90 percentile in just 15 minutes. All right, so let's have a look at the data for the set. Now, this is the entire data. Yes, a lot of data. Now, interpret this data, read it, interpret, and try to make a table. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes to analyze this data. Now, since this is the set from one of the previous year papers of CAT examination, so I'll not be giving you a lot of time, and we shall start with the discussion as soon as possible. All right. So look at this data, and in another 3 minutes, we will start with the discussion on this set. Now the directions tell us that the high-low game is a 4-player game played in 6 rounds. In every round, so we have 4 players and we have 6 rounds. So the table is clear in front of us. Let's say the players are A, B, C, and D, and then there will be 6 rounds. So there will be 6 columns and 4 rows for every player and every round. Okay. Now in every round, each player chooses to bid high or low. So there are 4 players. Every player will either choose a high or a low. Okay, he will be given a chance. The bids are made simultaneously. So we are 4 players and all of us will bid simultaneously. Now, if all 4 bid high, then all 4 will lose 1 point each. Fine. So right now they don't have an option of listening to the bid of other person. After that, they will bid. No, they don't have any option. So all the bids will come simultaneously. Okay. So if all 4 will be high, then all of them will lose 1 point each. If 3 players will bid high and 1 bid low, then the players bidding high gain 1 point each and the player bidding low loses 3 points. If 2 players bid high and 2 low, then the players bidding high gain 2 points each and the players bidding low lose 2 points each. If one player bids high and three low, then the player bidding high gains 3 points and the player bidding low lose 1 point each. And if all players bid low, then all four of them will gain 1 point. Okay, so right now they have just explained the rules of the game, right? So the first paragraph is not very important. Based on the first paragraph, you can make a table in which you can write if all of them bid high, then what will be the points earned by each of them. 3 high, 1 low, 3 low, 1 high. इस तरीके से अपनी एक table prepare कर लो. This is about the points distribution. This is about the rules. Okay. Now further below this first paragraph, there are some pointers which are given. They are saying that 4 players, Arun, Bankin, Charu and Deepak. So you can take the initials of these 4 players A, B, C and D, played this high-low game. The following facts are known about their game. Fact number 1, at the end of 3 rounds, Arun had scored 6, Deepak scored 2 points, Bankim and Charu scored -2. So now the game has already started, and after 3 rounds, these are the scores of the 4 players who are playing the game. Then at the end of 6 rounds, Arun's score is a 7, Bankin and Deepak -1 and Charu -5. Third point, Deepak's score in the third round was less than his score in the first round, but was more than his score in the second round. All right. In exactly 2 out of 6 rounds, Arun was the only player who bid high. Now, this last information is also very, very useful. Okay, so these are the 4 points. So here you will observe that the data is not very high. In the first paragraph, it is only about the rules of the game that you can accumulate in a table. Fine. After that, you can make a table having 4 players and 6 rounds. And what you have to do is you just have to identify the points or the bids made by each of these players in these 6 rounds. So this is this question all about. Fine. So let's take one more minute. I'll give you one more minute, and then after that we'll start having a discussion on this set. Okay. Now to start with, I'll make a table for the first paragraph. I have already made that. Okay. So if all 4 will bid high, so I'll directly take you to the table. So the table says that you can have a look at the table. If all 4 will bid high, then all of them will lose 1 point each. So -1, -1, -1, -1. Okay. Next, if 3 player bid high and 1 bid low, 3 high and 1 low, then the players bidding high will gain 1 point each and the player bidding low will lose 3 points. If 2 bid high and 2 low, then the players bidding high will gain 2 points each and the players bidding low will lose 2 points each. If 1 high and 3 low, so whosoever will bid high will get 3 points. The lows will have -1, -1, -1 each. If all are low, then all of them will gain 1 point. Okay, so that's it. This is the table based on the rules and regulations which are given about the scoring of the points for these 4 players in this game. So the first table is completed. Now below the first paragraph, there were 4 pointers that will help us in identifying the points earned by every player in each of these 6 rounds. So I'll now make a blank table for A, B, C and D for all the 6 rounds. And now let's try to fill that table based on the extra information that was given in the 4 pointers below this first paragraph. Okay. So at the top of the screen, you can see these 4 pointers. Okay. So these are the 4 pointers. 4 players A, B, C and D played high-low game. These are the rules which will help us in determining how many points everybody will score. And now below that, I have a blank table. There are 4 players and 6 rounds in this table. All right. Now let's start filling up the numbers. So point number 1, At the end of 3 rounds, Arun had scored 6. So let me write their points. Okay, so at the end of 3 rounds, Arun had scored 6 points. So I'm writing 6 here. Deepak scored 2. Bumpkin and Charu scored -2 each. So which combination of points will give this particular numbers for the first 3 rounds? So these are the sum of the scores of A, B, C and D after 3 rounds. Okay? Now there is another information, point number 3, which is related to the scores in the first 3 rounds. Now Deepak's score, so they are talking about D. Deepak's score in the third round was less than his score in the first round, but more than his score in the second round. So this is for Deepak. So Deepak, first of all, they are saying that has scored distinct points in each of these 3 rounds, wherein his score in the first round is greater than his score in the third round, which in turn is greater than his score in the second round. Okay, so probably that will help us in writing a proper sequence of the points for all the other 3 players as well. Okay, now let's start filling in this table. Now for Arun, I need a total of 6 points in 3 rounds. अब +6 चाहिए मुझे, तो +6 कैसे बन सकता है? It can be +3. +3 तो यूज करना पड़ेगा. +3 +1 +1 +1. This is one possibility. 3 1 1. No, +3 and +2 and +1. Yes, this is one possibility. Wait. So I'll erase this. So I need a total of 6 in 3 rounds. So 3 plus 2 plus 1. This is one possibility. Another possibility is 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. Now 2 plus 2 plus 2 सिर्फ यहाँ पे ही है. Okay. इन दो जगहों पे. Okay. So we have only these places where we have +2 +2 +2. So if I'll use this +2 +2 +2 3 times, then there should be another player which will have +2 +2 +2. That means there should be 2 players who will have +6. But no, we don't have this thing. Okay, so I cannot use +2 +2 +2. So the only way I can make a 6 is 3 2 and 1. Okay, so I have +3 here, I have +2 here. Now +1 के लिए मुझे कौन सा लेना चाहिए? Which one should I consider? This one or this one? Let's decide. Okay, now for Deepak, I need to have 3 distinct scores and Deepak should have +2 at the end. Okay, अब Deepak का +2 कैसे बन सकता है? It will be Deepak's +2. All right, so these two are fixed, +2 -1 and then any one of these two +1s. ठीक है? All right, great. Now for the other two, I need to have -2 and -2. Okay, now if I'll take these two, this is giving me -3. -3 के साथ -3 combine होगा अगर, so it will become -6. I cannot take this one, I will have to take this one. Okay, similarly for this, -2 -1 and +1 will give me -2. So now it is very much clear that we'll have to consider, I'll clarify. So we'll have to consider these 3 rounds. Okay, these 3 sets. Okay, now इनमें से दीपक का कौन सा होगा? So first of all, Deepak will have a +2 at the end. Okay, so how can I make +2? I can make +2 with these 3 scores. Okay, so the 3 scores of Deepak are +2 -1 and +1. Okay, now +2 -1 and +1. Out of these 3 scores, his score in the first round should be greatest. So in the first round, he will score +2, followed by the third round in which he will score +1, and then the least score of Deepak will be -1. Okay, so in the first round, Deepak will score +2. In the third round, he will have +1, and in the second round, he will have -1. All right, okay. So I can say that this is for round number 1. -1 is for round number 2, and +1 is for round number 3. All right. Now I can copy the scores of other players in the same order. Round number 1, 2, and 3. So for Arun, round number 1, he will have +2. Round number 2, he will have +3 and then +1. All right. +2, +3, and +1. I hope I'm clear. Okay. Then for the other two remaining players, these are the scores for B and C, and the scores are same. So you can write them -2, -1, and +1, -2, -1, and +1. Okay. Now in round 1, I have taken 2 highs and 2 lows. So Arun and Deepak have bid high. So high and high. And the two players in the middle, B and C, have bid low. Okay, so this is the respective bids made by A, B, C, and D. A has bid high, B low, C low, and D high. All right, this is round number 1. Round number 2, Arun will bid high and other 3 players will bid low. So high, low, low, and low. And in the third round, all 4 of them will bid low. That is why they will score +1. So I have written the points scored by these players as well as the bids they have made in first 3 rounds. Over. First 3 rounds, I have got the scores. Now let's talk about the next 3 rounds. So I'll erase the extra data that I have. All right. Now for the next 3 rounds, I have point number 2 and I have point number 4. Now point number 4 says that in exactly 2 out of 6 rounds, Arun was the only player who bid high. Okay. So in the first 3 rounds, I can see that in round number 2, Arun was the only player who bid high. Okay. And they're saying that out of 6, there are exactly 2 rounds like that in which Arun was the only player who will bid high. Okay. So that means out of the next 3 rounds, there will be one more round in which Arun will bid high. Okay, so let's say that is round number 4. So in round number 4, Arun will bid high and the other 3 will bid low. It can be round 5, it can be round 6. Okay, so right now I'm just assuming that this is round number 4. I don't know which round it is. So in one of the rounds out of 4, 5, and 6, in one of these rounds, Arun will be the only player who will bid high. I may later on change this thing, but right now I'm assuming that this happened in round number 4. Okay, so that means in round number 4, Arun will score +3. Others will have -1, -1, and -1. Now, for the sake of proper understanding and visibility, I will change the color of the pen. Wait. So let's use this color, blue. Okay. So Arun will be high, other 3 will be low. Arun will score +3, others will have -1, -1, and -1. Okay. Now reading point number 2, at the end of 6 rounds, Arun had scored 7 points. Now at the end of 3 rounds, Arun's score was 6, and at the end of 6 rounds, his score is 7. So that means in these 3 rounds, he has just gained 1 point. Okay, so +1 is the score, is the net score of Arun in the last 3 rounds, round 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now for Bumpkin, it is -1. So at the end of 3 rounds, it was -2. Now his net score is -1. So that means he has gained 1 point, +1. For Deepak, it is -1. So Deepak was at +2. Now he's at -1 after 6 rounds. So that means in the last 3 rounds, he has a net score of -3. Charu had -5 after 6 rounds. So Charu originally was -2. Now he's at -5. So he will also get -3 in these 3 rounds. Done? Now let's talk about their other scores in round 5 and round 6. Now Arun, who has +3, has a net score of +1. Okay, So in the next 2 rounds, he will have to lose 2 points. Okay, that means he will have -1, ऐसा हो सकता है. Okay, otherwise, is there any way of losing 2 points? Is there any way losing 2 points? So plus तो कुछ gain तो कर नहीं सकता. So I can say that it can be +1 or -3. Yes, +1 -3 हो सकता है. So -3 कहाँ पे है? -3 इधर है. Now, if I'll use -3 here for Arun, so for others, I'll have to use +1, +1, +1. Okay. Now, इनके साथ अगर +1 जाता है, so they will have to get -3 in 2 rounds. Okay. So in round 6, they will have to, like, there will be 2 players who will get -3, but 2 players cannot get -3 simultaneously. So this possibility is out. Okay. So Arun can have -1 and -1. So +3 के बाद उसका -1 ही हो सकता है to get a net score of +1. All right. Now let's talk about the next player, B. Now B already has -1. He has to be at +1. Okay. So that means he will gain 2 points together in round number 5 and 6. Gain 2 points. अब 2 points gain कैसे हो सकते हैं? Okay, either it will be +3 -1, ऐसा हो सकता है. So +3, yes, possibility है. +3 की यहाँ पे 1 high. Okay, and is there any other possibility for +3? No, there is no other possibility for +3. Okay, now another way of gaining 2 points is +1 and +1. So in both cases, +1 ये भी possibility है. ठीक है. Now for C and D, let's see what possibilities can be there. Now both are already at -1 and their net score has to be -3, right? Now already A has got -1. So let's see which of the above possibilities cannot be there. So -1 कहाँ पे है? So here 3 high and 1 low, it does not have any score of -1. So this is out of reach. This one is also out of reach because it has +2, +2, -2, -2, right? All lows is also out of reach because it has all +1s. So now I have only this and this as the possibilities. Okay? Right? So I can say that for B, it will have to be +3 here and -1 here. Okay, right? So +3 वाला मैंने use कर लिया है. So that means one of them will bid high, which is B, and others will bid low and will get -1 as their scores. In round 6, C and D will now have to score -1. Okay, so in round 6, I can say that all of them will bid high. That is why they are getting -1. In round number 5, B has scored 3 points. So B will bid high and others will bid low. Okay. Now, the way in point number 3 up there, we could find the exact sequence of points for Deepak. Okay. In round number 4, 5, and 6, we cannot do that. So these bids can be in any order for round number 4, 5, and 6, right? So that's it. These are the bids and the scores of all the 6 points for all the 6 rounds. For the first 3 rounds, round 1, 2, and 3, I can say that the bids are fixed. Okay. And for round 4, 5, and 6, they can interchange their values. Okay. So this is the final table that we have in our hand. Now let's start solving the questions. Now, what were the bids by A, B, C, and D respectively in the first round? Respectively in the first round, it was high, low, low, high. So high, low, low, high. That is option D is the correct answer of first question. Simple. Moving on to question number 2. In how many rounds did Arun bid high? In how many rounds did Arun bid high? So Arun was high in round 1, round 2, round 5, and round 6. Arun bid high in 1, 2, 5, and 6. So that means there are 4 rounds in which Arun bid high. Correct answer is 4. Next question. Question number 3. In how many rounds did Bunkin scored low? Bunkin scored low. Sorry, bid low. So Bunkin is this low in the first round, low in the second round, low in the third round, high in fourth round, low in fifth round, and high in sixth round. So once again, there are 4 rounds in which Bunkin bid low. So correct answer should again be 4. Next, fourth question. In how many rounds did all players make identical bids? Now, all players made identical bids. That means all players made a same bid, either all highs or all lows. Now, all lows are there in round number 3, okay? And all highs are here, high, 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 okay? In any one of the last 3 rounds. ठीक है ना, हमें पता है sequence different हो सकता है, right? So there are 2 rounds, exactly 2 rounds in which all the players made identical bets. So the correct answer is 2. Next question, question number 5. In how many rounds did Deepak gain exactly 1 point? Deepak exactly 1 point. So that means Deepak get +1. So Deepak gets +1 in the third round, and that's it. In no other round, Deepak gets +1. So the answer should be 1 for question number 5, right? Next question, the last question of this set, question number 6. In which of the following rounds was Arun definitely the only player to bid high? Definitely the only player to bid high. Okay. So I can see that this happened in round number 2. Okay. In round number 2, Arun was the only player who definitely bid high. Okay. Now there is one more round in which Arun bid high and Arun was the only player bidding high, but it can be round 4 or round 5 or round 6. I cannot comment on this. Okay. So second round to definite hai, pakka hai. Another can be either of round 4, 5 or 6. इनमें से कोई ना कोई एक round तो है. But I cannot say, I cannot be definite about that. So I'm sure about round 2. So second, that is option D, will be the correct answer of question number 6. All right. So that was the last question of this set. Now, after solving this set, once we have solved, once we have seen the solution, generally we think that the set was not that difficult. Like totally depends on the way you are handling the entire data. Important thing is you need to be very calm. You need to be very patient while you are handling such huge amount of data. All right. Now, if you are calm, you are composed, then probably you may take 2 more minutes, but you will be able to at least find the final answer. You'll be able to solve the entire set. All right. So friends, that's all from my side for the day. You can unlock your free trial by visiting our application and feeding your number, entering your mobile number, clicking start free trial to unlock your 3-day free trial access on the portal of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Also, the students who are preparing for MHCT, we have MHCT specialized course, which includes 55 plus live lectures, 50 plus recorded live classes, 250 plus pre-recorded conceptual lectures, and there will be test series also, including which will have 12 mock papers which are based on the actual paper pattern of MHCT. Additionally, you will get 3,500, more than 3,500 in fact, practice questions across different level of difficulties. Now you can have all these things at a nominal price of 4,800. All right, so hurry up and join this program and start using this program. Through this program you will be able to score very good in MHCT examination. Now our track records says that also in the last year I have received this feedback from plenty of students that whatever we have taught in the lectures, from that a lot of things appeared, a lot of things came in the actual paper of MHCT. Okay, there were some instances when the students have told us that the exact questions came in MHCT examination. So please go ahead and join this program and help yourself in scoring good in MHCT examination. Also, All India Open Mock for MHCT MBA 2024 is already live, and it will be live up till 28th of January. So go ahead, just visit our application and register for this test. CAT 2024 Expert Strategy by none other than Saral Sir. So you can see him on 24th of January live on our application. So just register yourself for this free workshop that will be conducted today, 24th of January at 7 p.m. So you just have few hours left for the registration. So the workshop will start at 7 p.m. So register and attend this. Also get up to 90% scholarship on all our CAT preparation programs. The next scholarship test is on 28th of January at 11 a.m. Register for this test by visiting our application. Click on Talk to our counselor on our BYJU'S Exam Prep application to have a word with our counselor and discuss anything and everything about your preparation. That's all, friends. You can get social with us on all these social media platforms. All the very best for your preparation. Thank you for being a part of this.